NBA picking with Pop. Let's go. Thinking that's the live show. My bad. we gonna come back and go live tonight, God willing. All right, you know what it is, and you know what it sounds like. NBA picking with Pop. Let's roll. What's up, lady? How you doing? How you been?
Yeah. Great fire.
It's the NBA show right here.
When the one is taking down the money long clicking. Those who do it daily one-on-one populism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the back line in the air throwing signals. When the one is taking down the money long clicking. Those who do it daily one-on-one populism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the back lines in the air throwing signals.
1,000 on the table, 100,000 in the bank account. Trying to get rich. Who else in the building? Trying to break the house. What it do, people? Welcome back to another edition of NBA Picking with Pop. Opening night was yesterday. Today is all of the games. Obviously, it's 12 games on the slate. As we do on every show, we're going to give a quick recap. Yesterday, we went 1-1. Player of the day was OKC. Got their rings last night. Went up against the Houston Rockets. Was a good game. If you watched the game, double overtime. I think that's the first time in opening night. Teams went double overtime. Kevin Durant and them looked pretty good, even though they lost money line and they was getting 6.5. We thought OKC would come out and still win despite not having Jalen Williams. And also Houston not gelling yet, just getting together. They are going to be a formidable team. They're going to be a good team this year. We're probably going to win a lot of money on them this year. The tallest team, that starting lineup is crazy. Sengun, Kevin Durant, he bringing Capella off the bench. Obviously, Ahmad Thomas and even Jabari. They're going to be a hell of a team. Obviously, and Duke, he's definitely one of the best coaches. As far as the Golden State game, we had Golden State, so we went 1-1. Luke and them, I had the same premise. I'm like, you got a lot of new pieces. I seen some of the game. I didn't watch all of the game. You see Marcus Smart try to get under Steph Curry, skin a little bit, and it didn't work. But he's there to be the pest. He's there to ruffle feathers. He is a champion with Boston. Did he win a ring? Yeah, I think Marcus Smart is a champion. No, I think they traded him before they won the ring. Anyway, Luka's gonna be in the runnings for MVP. He looked good. He gotta probably pass the ball more. And they still gotta work on their chemistry. So yesterday we went 1-1. Let's jump right to it. Today's slate, 12 games on the ticket. So I'm really more excited about tonight than yesterday because there's more games. First game up, we got my New York Knicks home against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. When you look at RotoWire, which we're going to do right now, we a live show, so ain't really no time limit, but I'm not going to try to make this video mad long. We see that Cleveland may have 3 starters out. They got Garland, they got Max Strus, and they also might have Hunter out. Knicks, on the other hand, Karl Anthony Towns is a little questionable. And OG, he probably going to play. He probably not going to play. I got the Knicks uniform on and all that. Y'all know I don't bet with the heart. I definitely don't bet my money with the New York teams or with my heart. I bet who I think will win. In tonight's game, Knicks kind of really have their number, prior to the meeting in the playoffs last few years or whatever. I think Knicks will win tonight slightly. The spread is, what is the spread? First, the Knicks was favorite. Now Cleveland is favorite. Cleveland is favored by 1.5. I think the Knicks could win the game outright. So my first play of the day, we going with the New York Knicks, but not because I got the Knicks shit on. Next game up. What up, Gray? Next game up, we got Orlando Magic at home going against the Miami Heat. Orlando, sizable favorites in this game, rightfully so. I think they are the better team. I think they're more healthy. I think they're only missing one of the Wagner brothers. Last year at home, they was one of the best ATS teams in the league. Did have a rough little patch. And then that patch, we kept betting with them, so we was losing. I think they lost like 5 or 4 games in a row, games that they probably should have won, definitely against the spread, and they lost. So we took big losses with that last year. This year they added some pieces. I think Orlando wins and covers. It might be a little close in the beginning, but I think Orlando ultimately wins, and I think they cover the 8.5. Tyler Hero is still out. Let me look at RotoWire again while we live. Tyler Hero is out. Ware is questionable. He's probably not going to play. And on the other end, like I said, Orlando, only one person is out. Fully healthy team. And I think Desmond Bane will, pick up the slack in the three-point shoot because the defense is good with the Magic. Last year, defense was stellar. One of the best defensive teams in the league. Just the offense was a little stagnated at times, and also that they got hit with the injury bug last year. But I like Orlando to win and to cover. Next game up, and I'm looking at the time stamp, so when I finish the live, I can put the stamp in so people can watch. Next game up, though, we got Brooklyn Zoo out on the road at Charlotte, getting 5.5. Brooklyn did pick up Michael Porter from Denver. I think he'll be a good addition to them, three-point shooting wise. Not really a great defensive player, but in the offensive department, I think he will, add some value to them. But overall, when you just look at their roster, it's kind of El Trashington. I know they got Thomas. They did pick up Terrence Mann. Obviously, Nick Claxton is there. But when you look on the other hand, you got Melo Ball, you got Brandon Miller. It's going to be his third year. I think it's going to be his third year or second year. Third year. I think he got hurt last year in the second season. Still got Mal Bridges. Only missing 2 people, Josh Green. I ain't really in love with this game, but I do think Charlotte will win and it will cover the 5.5. So for the channel, I'm taking Charlotte. Real quick though, it's the opening night with all of the games. It is the opening season. Last year. You do draw some of your analysis. You draw some of your data from last year. Obviously, you learn the new players, where they playing at, stuff like that. But you still have to give it some time. 10 games, 15 games. Even Ty Lue for the Clippers, who we'll get to in a minute. And one of his little spills I seen, he like, yo, you're going to give us 10, 15 to 20 games to learn. They got a lot of new players now. Teams that's got the same nucleus intact, they may not need as many games to gel. But also, some teams play more preseason game than others. Some only play a little. So basically, just don't jump out the window with just betting, any game. Look for the spots that you think you got the best feel for. That's my advice. Anyway, with that being said, next game up, we got the Toronto Raptors at Atlanta. My bad. Atlanta giving 5.5. I like the Raptors. I like the Raptors to win and cover the spread. I think they're gonna cover the spread, but I think they'll pull an upset. This is the first underdog that I'm going with. Obviously, well, the Knicks was favorite, then they went to the underdog. So technically, this is the first underdog that I'm taking. But I like Toronto a lot today. The reason why I like them a lot, they added Brandon Ingram. Obviously, the Quigley is back healthy. R.J. Barrett is back, and my boy Scotty Barnes, super nice. I think he was only one of the only players in the NBA to get 500 rebounds. I think, I seen a crazy stat. They were like, this is one of the first players to do this in a long time. Like, he's an all-around, pocket knifer or, all-around type player, jack of all trades, athletic, tall, play defense, etc. On the other hand, Atlanta, obviously, Trae Young is the engine that makes the train roll, but they added Porzingis. They got Jalen Johnson back. He was hurt last year. They re-signed RZA, Zach, I think the number 1 draft pick from last year, or they gave him an extension or something like that. I think with a lot of teams that added a lot of players, not just regular role players. Porzingis is a champion now. Like, your wrist bling bling, my shit bling blah. Knicks always get the good players, then trade them, then they go somewhere else, and they end up, being that guy or, winning the ring. I think he definitely is a super upgrade than Capella, who's on the Rockets now. And he definitely going to bring value to the team because he's a champion now. Once you're a champion, like LeBron said, once that DNA is embedded into the system, you can't take that away. You now know how to win because you did it already. But first game up, I'm going with Toronto at home. Toronto last year also, again, speaking of last year, they just was one of the best ATS teams on the road and at home. So we like Toronto. Next game up, 10-27, that's my B-Day. We got Philadelphia at the Boston Celtics. This line, I'm not sure why it went up. RotoWire just not saying nobody else is injured for Philly. Obviously, we knew Paul George wasn't playing. We knew McCain wasn't playing. McCain is definitely that guy. He's going to be one of the players that helped them stay afloat. And I think they're going to make the playoffs this year if Joel Embiid can stay healthy, obviously. With that being said, they only missing those two guys, really. Boston was favored 2.5. Now they favored 4.5. I don't know why. Jaylen Brown is questionable. He's in the gray at the bottom and at the top. At home, I know they're missing Tatum, so we ain't really mentioned him yet. Sound like a Rahmatullah. This is the NBA show. Picking with Pop. We do this every day for the whole NBA season. This is the second year we're doing it. Yeah, kid, that feeling. I like Boston to win and cover. I don't know why that spread is going up. I don't know how long Joel Embiid is going to play, but they did pick up Anthony Simon from Portland. He is a bucket. He is a bucket. He is a bucket. Now on a winning culture team that done it already with a great coach. I think he's gonna have a great season. Obviously, they still got Derek White. They still got Hauser. They still a deep team. So the opening night, I'm going to take Boston Celtics. Next game up, 12. Wait, we got Detroit Pistons out on the road at the Chicago Bulls. And last year we seen Pistons keep rising to the top. They was one of the worst teams like 2-3 years ago. About 2 years ago. Them in Washington, a couple other bum teams, Pelicans, Washington, a couple of Charlotte, the bottom feeders of the league, if you will, right? Then last year they made the playoffs. End up taking my New York Knicks to 7. I see big things happening for them this year. I see them back in the playoffs. I see them winning tonight. They are still missing Jaden Ivory, but you still got Tobias Harris. You still got Thomas, the brother of the dude Thomas who played on Houston last night. Both of them is beasts. They got Duncan Robinson, picked them up from Miami, and you still got Cunningham. I think they keep going. On the other hand, Zach Collins is out and Jacoby White is out for Chicago. That don't really mean nothing. September Lieber, what's the word? How you doing? It's the NBA show right here. We will be going live again tonight though with some trending topics. But right now it's the NBA show. Stick around for the locks. Get some money tonight. They just redid Josh Giddey contract. Gave him $100 million. I don't know if he's the $100 million man because OKC did trade him for Caruso, but nonetheless he got his money. They still got Vukovic. But I like Detroit to win, and I like Detroit to cover tonight. No real rhyme or reason. I just think they're the better team. I think talent. About time the fourth quarter come, you'll see them probably pull away. I think it'll be close up until then. Next game, we got the Washington Wizards out on the road at the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks opening night, Giannis going for his third MVP. I think this is going to be I can't say a breakout year for Giannis. Honestly, he's been dominating, but last two years, not making the playoffs or getting hurt, going out early, not really doing much, especially with Dame Time being there. The ceiling was high for them. A lot of aspirations on winning another ring, and it didn't materialize. Then they traded Chris Middleton, who will be in the building tonight. I think he played 11 seasons with Giannis, so that's his boy. But I think Giannis and them is going to be too much. When you look at their roster, still a veteran team. Obviously, they added Miles Turner from Indiana, so that was a great pickup for them. Kuzma, second year, I believe, with them. second year with them, I believe. Kevin Porter's in the starting lineup now, taking over for Dame, who's back in Portland. Still got Gary Trent. And then when you look at Washington, they do have veteran presence. They got C.J. McCollum. Obviously, they got Chris Middleton, who is a champion. And then you got K. George. You got Alex Starr, but they still relatively young. Still was the worst team last year, and I think that trend continues until they show otherwise. Now, am I rushing to the window to go throw all my money on Milwaukee tonight? Again, you got to pick and choose when to bet and find the best games for you. And you also got to watch and observe and watch as the teams show you who they are. Like right now, we still don't know. You can say who got the best players, who got the best coach, shit like that. Look at the spread. But ultimately, we still got to watch the games to see, for instance, yesterday, we know Houston going to be good. When they're like, yo, they got the biggest lineup and all, you're like, nah, speed and agility, they're probably not going to be able to keep up. But then when you watch the game, you say, oh, nah, it's going for teams that got small body, they're going to be getting, shacking and pain. We used to say barbecue chicken all day. So you just got to still watch the teams. Anyway, with that, I'm going with Milwaukee. Next game up, what we at, 16-21? Next game up, we got New Orleans at Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis is giving 4. John Morant gonna play tonight. He was questionable. Excuse me. When you go to RotoWire, still got a lot of players out. That's what gives me pause for cause. Zach Eden is out. Scottie Pippen. Williams is out. Blake Clark is out. When you look at the Pelicans, Looney is out. Oh no, they got Kevin Looney. All right, so they Golden State got rid of Kevin Looney. Devontae Murray is out, but we know he had the Achilles. He probably won't be back. Did he have the Achilles, or was that his wrist this time? I know he's always injured, even though I think he's a good talent. Can play both sides of the court. I'm still roll with Memphis at home. I won't be surprised if Zion will be a breakout season for him, and now that term is applicable, because even though we know that he's kind of a great player or have the potential, the weight, the not being on the court, the being hurt, injured, etc., we haven't seen it all full display. It's always like sparks and little glimpses, like, oh nah, if he really had a full season, if he really was in shape, if he had some pieces around him, that he could be that guy. So we haven't really seen that, but I think regardless of who's around him this year, he will have a great season this year. He's probably going to be dominant this season. Got Jordan Poole. I don't know if that moves the needle. Moved him from Washington. I did hear him say something like, I haven't had a real good pick in a while, or like a screen in a while. I guess in Washington it wasn't getting him open so he could shoot. Definitely a shooter. Not really known for his defense. I think John Morant, Caldwell Pope, who's on the team now. Obviously still got Jackson. I think that's enough to cover the 4 points. So we're going to go with the Memphis Grizzlies in that one. Next game up, we got the LA Clippers out on the road at Utah. Utah, one of the bottom feeders who I didn't mention. They got a lot of injuries. Clippers, on the other hand, got Chris Paul now. They got Bradley Beal now. They overhaul, still got Kawhi. First preseason where he was fully healthy. Last year he only played 37 games, guys. He played, I think he came in the league like January or February, and then he didn't play back-to-backs. Made the playoffs and got knocked out by Denver in 7 games. This year, Clippers going to be a good team, I think. Not only for the talent, but because of the coach. Ty Lue is one of the top coaches in the NBA. Mind-wise, scheme-wise, schematic. Like, he can coach it up with the best of them. Going against a young team, obviously they got Ace Bailey, number 5 pick or 4 pick. At first it was like, is he going to go to Utah? Is he not? He was kind of, pump faking like he wasn't going to go. Still got Kessler, still got Marketing. I like the Clippers to win and cover. I think it might be a little close, but this is a team that they should dominate, come out open tonight, and really, try to, even though they do got, like I said, the Bradley Beals in the starting lineup, etc., but I think they do good. They also got Brooke Lopez, who's coming off the bench. I think a veteran team, a wily, high IQ team, they should blow them out. Next game up. I only got 2 more games and we out here. I didn't want to make this video mad long. We got Spurs out on the road at Dallas. Dallas giving 2.5. Cooper Cup, Cooper Flag, not Cooper Cup. Cooper Flag, rookie debut, obviously #1 draft pick. Obviously they got rid of Luka. We know that Kyrie's injured. Anthony Davis is there. Spurs, Victor Wembanyama. De'Aaron Fox is out. That's a blow. Shohan is out. But I still like the Spurs. For some reason, I think Barnes, Castle, Vessel, I think they still pretty much have the same system, right? Like you don't got, obviously Fox is out, but he been out a little while. They got the same system. I like how they looked in the preseason. Victor Wembanyama, not buffed up because he's a slender, small man, right? He's a slender man. KO will call him a reindeer because he's slender. But looked like he put some muscle on in the sense of just he looked stronger. We'll see how that plays out on the court. But I think he's the best player on the court. He's the best player. Probably will be top 7, top 5 MVP, caliber type player this year, barring injury. And I like the 2.5 points. Will I be surprised if Dallas get their first, winning the season, opening night? With the, like I said, with all of the hoopla, they got D'Angelo Russell to run the point guard. They are talented, and Dallas will make the playoffs, I think, this year too. But tonight I'm going with the Spurs with the 2.5. Next game up, we got the Phoenix Suns at home playing the Sacramento Kings. Kings on the road getting 4.5. Finally, Russell Westbrook got picked up. It was looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous, like he wasn't going to get picked up. I don't know why. Same thing with Carmelo Anthony, at the end before he got his last run with the Lakers. Certain players seem like they, I don't know what it is. Maybe toxicity in the locker room, quote unquote, the whole shit with the Lakers. He did go to Denver, contribute, and gave them a boost. I don't know why he didn't sign back with them. Maybe they didn't want to pay him. But anyway, he's on Sacramento, probably coming off the bench. Let me see. Coming off the bench because he ain't in the starting lineup. They picked up Schroeder. Still got Zach LaVine. Still got DeMar DeRozan. Murray is out. Sabonis is out. So that's big. But on the other hand, Phoenix, they picked up Jalen Green. He's out. Dylan Brooks, the guard to everybody, man. The guy, the instigator guy. He plays the Draymond role, even though he ain't got the rings. Still got Grayson Allen. He walked the line too. But I gotta see it. I gotta see how they gel together on the other sides. Besides Schroeder being in the starting lineup, I think the same thing with Sacramento as far as chemistry-wise. I think it'll be enough to keep a close game, and they might can win the game outright. So I like Sacramento. Last game of the night, then we get to the locks. Last game of the night, we got Minnesota Timberwolves out on the road at Portland. Timberwolves giving 4.5. I like the Timberwolves. Bring back their whole team. Obviously, preseason looked good. Obviously, they still got Ant-Man. He was a little questionable, but he is in the starting lineup tonight. He gonna play. They do say questionable, but he is in the starting lineup as of right now. Drew Holiday on Portland now. Obviously, Dame is back. That's why Anthony Simon is on Portland in Boston now. 4.5. A little tough for Portland to be at home. But I still think Minnesota will win and cover the spread. They're a good defensive team. On the road, they do play much better, seems like, last season than home, a.k.a. what JaY would say, the house of disappointment. At home, they don't really, games they should win, they lose. Then they go on the road and they ball out. So I like Minnesota. With that being said, let's get to the theme music and then let's get to the locks. I know how we do. Great fire, my nigga. Rich Famous, AAA, Money Line.
Great fire.
When I win a chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one populism. Coupe or gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bad line in the air, throwing signals.
All right, guys, here go the locks. Not from Yonkers, but the locks that get you and me the winner chicken dinners. We're going with Boston. We're going with Detroit. We're going with Milwaukee. We're going with the Clippers. And we're going with the San Antonio Spurs. The play of the day is the Toronto Raptors. I got them winning straight up opening night. That's the play of the day. Yesterday we dropped the play of the day, opening up the season with a loss. Today we plan on bouncing back. Let me know who you like. Let me know who you taking. Let me know what you think I'm bugging out at. We're going to be here all season. So the proof will be in the pudding. We keeping all receipts. But y'all know what it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid. Let's get some money.